Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device, or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
A dark horse. We do it our way as if we had our choice. You think you saw something, you think you heard a sound. Go look around the corner, we coming up now. We coming up now. We gonna be on your radar. We coming up on your radar. We gonna be on your radar. We popping up, popping up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest on this week's episode of Paragon Pro Wrestling is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Candy Mountain Cave.
Welcome everybody to Paragon Pro Wrestling. I'm Todd Konley.
Lemon Drop.
And ladies and gentlemen, the inmates have been running the asylum as of late. It has been chaotic. And when you talk about unraveling, you have to talk about the former Paragon Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Can Konley get back his sanity? Can they get back the gold here tonight?
We'll find out. They're reenacting their rematch clause. We're going to see that in our main event. You want to talk about things that are unraveling. Chamberlain, the Paragon, said he could get it done by himself. Didn't seem to be the case. Had some hired help last time we saw him.
You are all very welcome. Your Paragon is here. I want every one of you to realize that everything I've done is for each and every one of you. I'm showing you that there are no rules to success, that if you're willing to do anything necessary, that if you take the proper steps necessary and you carry yourself like a true champion, great things can happen. And I've been feeling pretty good. It's all good? So good, in fact, that right here, right now, tonight, I'm officially putting the Paragon Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on the line for you. Opportunity is knocking. Blake, give me a formal introduction right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall and is for the Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. Standing to my right from Candy Mountain Cave, he is Lemon Drop. And his opponent, standing to my left, now residing in Miami, Florida, the Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
Well, there you see what it's all about. I guess we've got ourselves a championship sandwich here tonight, Jeff Aiken. We knew that the tag team titles would be on the line later on in our main event. Wes Brisco, Jessy Sorensen defending against the former champs, but we're going to kick things off with an impromptu heavyweight title matchup. The Paragon, I guess, a fighting champion.
Well, it's the Paragon that we've seen in days of yore when he had called him his trusty steed with him for so long, challenging, all the real top up-and-comers in Paragon Pro Wrestling, doing it once again here against Lemon Drop. But Todd Konley, I got to ask you, did you hear the crowd chanting when Chamberlain was out here running his mouth? Sounded a little bit like they wanted to see Rude Boy Riley out here.
Oh, no doubt, and who could blame him? We look back to recent history. Rude Boy Riley getting a 1-2-3, the pinfall victory in that huge star-studded 8-man tag team matchup that you can relive on the Fight app as well as YouTube. An incredible matchup that was, but Riley got the pin on the champion, and he has been hot on the champ's heels ever since. Title on the line in this matchup against Lemon Drop from Candy Mountain Cave, but he might find himself in the molasses swamp in this one against Chamberlain. And take a look at this. How about the official for this matchup? None other than Brian Hebner joining the ranks here of Paragon. Who better to officiate a title matchup?
Absolutely. We talk all the time about the best in competition coming here to Paragon Pro Wrestling to ply their trade, to conduct combat here in our squared circle, but it brings the best in officials as well. And to your point, championship on the line, the Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship. It's all on the line. We've got Brian Hebner in there, and what an opportunity for Lemon Drop.
Chamberlain, the Paragon, said it himself. Hey, opportunity is knocking, but Lemon Drop, things might go sour for him in a hurry. If Chamberlain can start uncorking the offense. He's clicking. Nice drop kick there by the challenger. This matchup we didn't expect to see, and stranger things have happened in the world of professional wrestling, Jeff.
Yeah, once or twice, if you're counting. Notable by their absence, though. I don't know what we're calling it. His henchmen, his thugs, the masked characters that came running out. The last time we saw Chamberlain not here ringside, I don't know if that was maybe a one-off situation. You and I, we've had our own history with Chamberlain. And I think you could say pretty safely that he's not someone who runs comfortably by himself.
And Lemon Drop having some painful short-term history here with after the spine buster into the cover, center of the ring. Hand was coming down for 3. Close call there as Chamberlain looks to retain. And yeah, Chamberlain, I've heard that he's maintaining that he had absolutely nothing to do with that attack. Chamberlain was facing Jessy Sorensen, one after the tag team title holders, those 2 masked men invading on the scene, getting physically involved. And it had been quite some time. The Paragon had been on an island. He had been all by his lonesome. It looks like he maybe bought some backup. That big lariat clothesline, he's put a lot of guys away with it, but toying with Lemon Drop at this point. Into the big DDT. Rolls him over. Lemon Drop is lifeless.
Winner of the match, and still Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
Chamberlain gets the victory over Lemon Drop, and I think he's taken us all for a bunch of suckers if we think he's really a fighting champion.
And puts it up against the best that Paragon Pro Wrestling has to offer. Let's see him put it up against the likes of Sorensen one-on-one, or Wes Brisco, or as the fans were asking for earlier, James Riley.
Yeah, things just might get rude for the Paragon. So much more to come here tonight. Although you can't deny for the moment that that man is on the mountaintop. The Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
He is the Irish juggernaut, Mikey O'Shea. And Mikey, I know you're coming off a tough loss. It's Darren Corbin.
Yeah. Darren Corbin beat me 1, 2, 3, whatever. Darren Corbin, let me make this very clear to you. I haven't forgotten what you did to me. Most importantly, haven't forgotten what you did to you. But tonight's not about that. There's been another injustice around here that needs to be fixed. For you see, this right here is Kid Kwik. A few months ago, a guy by the name of Greg Romero, hi Greg, nailed him with an 8-ball. And tonight, I think it's time for some payback. See, Greg, you're here tonight. This guy's here tonight. I'm here tonight. Who's that other guy? Huggy something?
I don't like Huggy Cup.
Fair enough. Huggy something. You're here too. And guess what? We're gonna have a little tag match. Because, Greg, the pipes are calling. And it's time for you to pay for them. Because Mikey and Kid Kwik like it!
This is Alex Chamberlain, Paragon Pro Heavyweight Champion. The greatest, most fighting, defending champion in all of professional wrestling. Catch me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on Fight TV. Fight like you mean it.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
The special tag team attraction. Introducing first from Las Vegas, Nevada, Greg Romero and his tag team partner, the biggest pimp in the game, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Huggy.
What a colorful combination we have here. What an unpredictable matchup on the way. Grease and Pimp Juice in action here as Greg Romero teaming with Huggy Cup. The micros are back. I love it.
It's exciting. I love watching these guys come out, Todd Konley, but they have been in some real wars. Greg Romero absolutely dominated Kid Kwik the last time he was here. They want to call it an injustice. Mikey O'Shea, those guys step in the ring. They're some of the greatest athletes in the world. Greg Romero was just giving Kid Kwik exactly what was coming to him.
And their opponents, from Charlestown, Massachusetts, the Irish juggernaut, Mikey O'Shea, and his tag team partner from Dallas, Texas, Cowboy, Kid Kwik.
Cowboy Kid Kwik might hail from the Lone Star State, but he's not by his lonesome here tonight. He's got a big old horse behind him in the Irish juggernaut, Mikey O'Shea. What a tag team match we have in store. And O'Shea has been out to right a lot of wrongs here in Paragon Pro Wrestling. And it was on the wrong end of things in a recent matchup with Darren Corbin. Chance to get back on track here tonight. This one should be fun.
And Mikey O'Shea really is kind of styling himself as the sheriff of Paragon Pro Wrestling, maintaining justice in the locker room. I'm not going to rehash ancient history here. We know what happened between Darren Corbin and Pat Kelly. Mikey O'Shea talking about that with Pat now, trying to right the injustice of Greg Romero knocking Kid Kwik out a couple months ago. Let him go at it. Put Romero in there with Kid Kwik. Let's see what this guy's got.
I see what he did there. Kind of went through things quickly. Long story short. And a nice drop kick there by Cowboy Kid Kwik. Scoop slam. And Cowboy's a great athlete. Quickly going for the cover now. We've seen this guy fly off the top. He's got that big high noon splash. But don't sell Huggy Cup short.
Not at all. He can go. These two guys can go. Such a heated rivalry they've actually taken across the globe that has just intersected with Paragon Pro Wrestling. We've seen him one-on-one. We've seen him in mixed tags. Now in this tag match, no love lost between Huggy Cub and Kid Kwik.
Oh yeah, little dab will do ya into the leg drop with some theatrics, if you will. Hook of the leg and a count of two. These guys know each other so well. Talked about that high noon by Kid Kwik. Huggy Cub dangerous too with that pin and juice.
Well, he's put down Kid Kwik more than once here in Paragon Pro Wrestling with that pin and juice. Absolutely brutal. But you want to talk about brutal? Look at Greg. I was going to say look at Greg Romero, but look at the strength of Mikey O'Shea.
They called him a big horse, and Romero saddling up, going for a ride. Runs right into that brick wall of the juggernaut. Not what you want to do. Got to go back to the drawing board.
Greg Romero not one to shy away from a fight. Throws that right hand right in the face of Mikey O'Shea, but Konley. O'Shea all but unfazed with the cover.
After the big power slam, Greg Romero been on the wrong side of things lately, so an opportunity for both Romero and O'Shea to get some much-needed momentum. And when these two are in there, it's going to be physical. It is going to be brawl. Don't expect to see much in the way of finesse. Elevates a nice counter into the drop kick by Romero. I guess you could say he's slick as grease.
Finds that opening, that opportunity, brings Huggy Cub in, and I'll tell you what, I want to see these guys go one-on-one right here. Of course, O'Shea tags out. What a coward.
That's having flashbacks of Pontiac Silverdome in 1987 there, if O'Shea was going to play along. Scooping a slam now by Huggy Cub. Again, showing his strength. Nobody home there on the big leg drop. Water in that pool, no fluke in that pimp cup. Nice hip toss in the drop quick, drop go. I guess you could call it a drop quick, why not? Maybe that's what I was going for.
Kid Kwik looking to capitalize, like I said earlier, been the victim of pin and juice more than once. And Romero takes Kid Kwik out.
Well, this has got to be a wide-awake nightmare here for Cowboy. Kid Kwik, he might just get put out to pasture by Romero, who has gotten very physical with the Cowboy in the past. As if to say this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
I love this, Todd Konley. Two athletes in their prime in the middle of the Paragon Pro Wrestling ring. Greg Romero comes out on top, brings in Huggy Cub to put him away.
Not much in the way of sportsmanship being shown here by the team of Huggy Cub and Greg Romero. But I guess all bets are off. Anything goes. You can tag their divisional partner here, and now a little gyrating, shaking. He fits right in Vegas, doesn't he?
Almost as if he was meant to live here. Vegas over Philly any day. Drops that leg across the arm. Oh, shrimps in. Grabs that arm bar. He locks in the short arm scissors, and this could be it for Kid Kwik.
See what you did there. Submission hold here by Huggy Cub. Will the Cowboy tap? He is tough. Texas tough, and we're going to see Texas strong later on in our main event. Sorensen and Brisco defending against the former champions. What a shot there by Huggy Cub. Taking the Cowboy right into that turnbuckle. Now Romero, can you believe this guy?
He's helping his partner out. Kid Kwik, this is the bad part of town, not where you want to be. Kid Kwik's learning that the hard way.
Clothesline, desperation by Kid Kwik. Both guys went down in a heap. Who is going to get to their corner and make the tag? It is a race against the clock, and that's got to look like an eternity to get to your corner for these two. Long road to travel. O'Shea checks in for his team, as does Romero. And the pace picks up again as these two brawlers lock horns. Spine buster. Did you see the elevation? Gonna break him in half. I'm gonna get the 3 count here. Only a count of 2. Romero is tough, and now the micros come in. But this is some big time chaos in action. Referee's got his hands full in this one, Jeff Aiken, trying to maintain some sort of order. Look at the Cowboy. Oh yeah, big bulldog spikes him.
Who does Kid Kwik think he is, laying his hands on Greg Romero?
Romero, nothing but a lonesome cowpoke in there, and now the pimp cane coming into play. Uh-oh.
Romero's got to protect that 8-ball's loaded up. O'Shea, smarter for that. Sends Romero for a ride, and not only is Kid Kwik gonna put his hands on Romero, now he's gonna use that 8-ball.
Hey, got himself a bit of a knapsack there and gonna put him down for a nap. Maybe a 3-second nap. Down goes Romero, a taste of his own medicine. Into the cover, looking for the win and some serious revenge.
The winners of the match, Mikey O'Shea and Cowboy Kid Kwik.
Well, Todd Konley, you can say justice has been served. Mikey O'Shea, Kid Kwik, mission accomplished. Kid Kwik over Greg Romero. Romero did everything he could to hold on to that one. Took the 8-ball to put him away in the end.
What a match, incredible tag team encounter, and that is going to be the theme tonight. As Later on in our main event, the tag team titles will be on the line. The brand new champs, Jessy, Sorensen, Brisco. Can they hold on? They defend against the former champions, Konley, Donovan. That's still to come. What a night.
Well, before that, John Kennelly, you have to keep in mind the vampire warrior himself, Gangrel.
I'm with the tag champs, Brisco and Jessy Sorensen. And tonight they have another rematch against, well, the former champions.
We'll get to that in a minute. First things first, Pat. I know you saw what happened with Chamberlain in my match. I had Chamberlain 1, 2, 3 about to beat him, and then he hires these two little thugs to come out and jump me. Wes saw it, you saw it. But Chamberlain, I'm calling your bluff. You're trying to tell me you had nothing to do with that? I think you're paying people off because I think you're scared. You're scared of me, you're scared of Brisco. Somebody's gonna take that title eventually. Paying people off, kind of like Caleb likes to do. Paying people off, the obsession.
Whoa, I don't think he's been obsessed with you. I think he kind of likes you. Kind of like that big girl that like choked you out that one day and you were tapping. Oh, no?
No, that's different, another time.
All right, well, why don't we go out there, handle business. Let's put Drew and Caleb to sleep and let's end this one way or the other.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand. With new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device. Stream it to your TV or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Paragon Pro Wrestling. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Don't miss out. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
From Basin City, Beast the Butcher!
Welcome back, everyone, to Paragon Pro Wrestling. It's getting downright scary around here, Jeff Aiken.
You'd almost think it was Halloween, but this man, Beast the Butcher, no joke at all. Pure evil right there, but he's going to be staring across the ring at one nemesis, one monster that can take him one-on-one. Todd, look at that.
If looks could kill, we'd all be in a lot of trouble.
Frankly, Todd, Gangrel's probably hoping that they can. Beast the Butcher in the ring. You can't see him now. I'm watching this, just pacing, ready to pounce, ready to attack. There's a reason they call this man the Beast.
And his opponent from Santa Cruz, California.
You said he was going to be ready to pounce, and he lived up to your words. Jumping right on the veteran vampire warrior Gangrel, trying to get the jump on him. When you think of the historic career that Gangrel has had, and he's a perennial title contender here in Paragon, I guess you got to take every advantage you can get.
Well, Gangrel's used to people taking advantage against him. Chamberlain did it. We have to acknowledge just the incredible series of matches between him and the Paragon Pro Wrestling champion. Chamberlain ended up on top of all of that in the end, and now Gangrel reestablishing himself. Needs to get past this man, Beast the Butcher. And Todd, I've held a lot of matches together.
by Gangrel after the side Russian leg sweep, one of his favorites.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with the look, with the style, with just the way, just that monster carries himself that Beast the Butcher does.
Now, it looks like he could try and turn out the lights of the Vampire Warrior with those things hanging down from his mask there. We'll see. Now the corkscrew elbow. So Gangrel has fought his way through this thing and has been able to ward off the early attack of Beast the Butcher. We'll see if it will continue that way. Gangrel wants to keep his foot on the pedal. He wants to keep that momentum going. Gangrel really looking for maybe an eventual shot at the American title with Royce Isaacs.
Royce Isaacs beat Gangrel when he had his opportunity at it. The way Royce Isaacs does, his way, his terms, because the American champion does business the way that he wants to do it.
Oh, you mean blatantly cheating? Is that what you mean by that?
Call it what you will.
Well, you really are a politician. Now raking the back, Beast using any means necessary, but what a right hand. And Gangrel, I think playtime is over. He's had just about enough of Beast, but he finds himself in one heck of a brawl.
What an opportunity, what a chance for him to get a victory against Gangrel. Absolutely legendary, as you mentioned earlier on in this matchup, but also here in Paragon Pro Wrestling, a former American champion in his own right. The Beast smells opportunity.
Might just smell some blood. Wide open shot, hammering forearm right to the veteran body of Gangrel. Drops the legend, but can he drop it for the 1, 2, 3? And you're right, Beast the Butcher. That would be a prime cut victory if he can get the win here over the legendary Gangrel. You know, Beast trying to be a big trophy hunter, big game hunter. And can you think of a better way to get on the map than beating Gangrel right here in Paragon?
You walk into Paragon Pro Wrestling, look across the locker room and take on the biggest dog in the room, and that's exactly what Beast has done.
Gangrel kind of an ominous gatekeeper to pretty much every championship here in Paragon. You know, on the hunt now after that American title, but gave Chamberlain more than he could handle, a run for his money in many title matches as well for the Paragon Pro Wrestling heavyweight title. So you have aspirations to win championships, you got to go through this guy. Good luck.
And speaking of winning championships in our main event, the tag titles on the line. Will Konley and Donovan win them back? Look, check us out on social media at Paragon PW on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all over the place. Let us know your thoughts on the rematch, the tag team titles on the line.
And when you're the Vampire Warrior, you got to be ready for any manner of beast or creature to come after you. Spikes him with the Bulldog. Down goes Beast in a heap. And Gangrel, he is fanging and banging. It is a way of life.
Touch, you got to note, Gangrel slow to get back up. The damage has been done. Beast has hurt him. It's just a question of if Beast can capitalize or not.
FA can play devil's advocate, which seems awfully apropos in this matchup. Quick power slam into the cover. Gangrel, that big muscle car that we've likened him to, continues to run bigger and better than ever.
You call Gangrel the gatekeeper to championship gold. I just got to put it out there. Royce Isaacs didn't have to go through Gangrel. Royce Isaacs had to go through 7 other competitors in a single elimination tournament to get the American championship held high.
Now, what a tournament it was. I'll give credit where credit is due. Gangrel fights off the Beast again, and it might be a beast of burden here. Hits him with the Impaler. Gangrel now going for the win, going for the cover. That is gonna do it.
The winner of the match,
Gangrel gets the win, and for the Butcher, well, no hard feelings because a victory over Gangrel, well, it's very rare.
Huge opportunity for Beast the Butcher, came in, made an impact. Gangrel's not going to forget this match anytime soon. Puts the victory on the end. Will the former tag team champions and Caleb Konley and Donovan do the same? Will they defeat Jessy, Sorensen, and Brisco and reclaim tag team gold? Find out after this.
A whole lot of history between them, but will history be made in our main event?
Hey Donovan, can you do me a favor tonight? Can you maybe win our tag team titles back?
For the record, I never lost our tag team
Oh, you
titles.
didn't? You didn't lose our tag team titles?
I didn't lose our tag
Excuse
team
me,
titles.
is there a belt around my waist?
No, there's not.
Is there a belt
there's
right
not a
here
belt.
on your shoulder?
There's not a belt because you need to keep your emotions in check. You need to not get carried away. You need to focus.
Excuse me, Dr. Phil, I don't pay you to examine what's going on in my brain. I pay you to win matches.
You pay me to win matches. You pay me to hurt people. Tonight, you're gonna pay me for both. I got this.
You better.
I got it.
Do your job.
What's up, guys? This is James Rude Boy Riley here for Paragon Pro Wrestling. You can catch us on the Fight app, and you need to fight like you mean it. The Fight app just got a lot more rude.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall, and it is for the Paragon Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers. First, from Tampa, Florida, Drew Donovan, and his tag team partner from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Obsession, Konley.
Main event time here on Paragon Pro Wrestling, and I get a sense that Caleb Konley has been losing a lot of sleep. But he and Donovan also look like they've lost about 20 pounds. 20 pounds of leather and gold.
Make whatever jokes you want, Todd Kennelly. Caleb Konley has a point. Donovan cost him the titles. He pays him money to win matches.
And their opponents, from Orlando, Florida, this is West Brisco, and his tag team partner from Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jessy Sorensen.
Couple of serious superpowers here in Paragon Pro Wrestling have joined forces. They've had that mutual respect from day one, and it paid out in a big way as they now call themselves the Paragon Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. It's one thing to win the gold, but entirely another to hold on to it. Your thoughts on this tag team title main event, Jeffy?
We've got two champions right here, West Brisco, Jessy Sorensen, who are used to being champions. There are three former Paragon Pro Wrestling champions in this match. Konley, the very first champion in Paragon Pro Wrestling, followed by Sorensen, the second, and then West Brisco, who, well, had one of the shortest reigns as Paragon Pro Wrestling champion, a reign nonetheless. But Brian Hebner, the referee, holding it right to the tag team titles. It's a whole different game when you've got the tag team rules in play, especially when you have the X factor of Donovan.
And what Darth Vader once say, you can dispense with the pleasantries. I think that's the case in this main event. No love lost. Fiery tempers, combustible elements. And yeah, good luck, Brian Hebner, officiating this one. Welcome to Paragon.
Brisco and Sorensen not just looking to defend those titles, but looking at this as an opportunity for a moral victory on top of Caleb Konley, who has been absolutely obsessed with Jessy Sorensen ever since losing the title to him almost a year ago.
Wait a minute, just like that. The bottom's up into the Brisco bomb. History, lightning's gonna strike twice here. Man, that was close, and if it wasn't for Konley, this thing would have been over.
It's not right that Konley has to be the one coming to Donovan's aid. Donovan is the one being paid to win these matches, to bring titles. Look at this!
Sorensen over the top, cross body, and now not to be outdone, his partner Brisco The champs are rolling literally here. What a team the champs make. Brisco and Sorensen. Where does Konley get off blaming Donovan? I mean, if it wasn't for Donovan, they maybe never would have won the titles in the first place. And it was a 2 out of 3 falls matchup. Brisco and Sorensen earn the win, earn the gold. Brisco looking to retain here, goes for the cover, only a count of 2.
It was the miscommunication between Konley and Donovan that ultimately led to Brisco and Sorensen winning. I was watching the match recently on the Fight app. It's absolutely incredible. You download it for free. In fact, you're probably watching us on it right now. I personally watch it through my Xbox and sometimes my Apple TV, but I was watching that match. As much as I want to say that Konley and Donovan were robbed, that you're right. They won that match 2 out of 3 falls.
Sorensen looking for the win here, looking to retain. And after the double teaming, it has been virtually all the reigning champs in this matchup. They are looking like a well-oiled machine. Florida-Texas connection, and a big stomp there by the Texan.
Sorensen poking the dog right there, yelling at Donovan, staying on his corner, hooks the far leg. Sorensen looking to put Konley away.
You know, the way I see it, it's simply karma coming back to bite. You want to talk about a dog getting bit right by that karma dog. When you think of what Konley and Donovan did, trying to take out Sorensen, trying to take out Brisco, trying to put them on the shelf. Donovan said he gets paid to win matches and hurt people. We'll see if he earns that money here tonight.
So far he hasn't. Needs to get in there. Needs to get Konley back on the apron, and Donovan needs to put Sorensen away, bring those tag titles back home.
So impressed with the way that Sorensen and Brisco, 2 former Paragon Pro Wrestling champions, as we documented, have adapted their game to tag team wrestling. Now back to fundamentals. Beautiful headlock takedown there. So smooth, so fluid, as if he were underwater, and now neutralizing, controlling Konley. And we know from the history that that's not easy to do. And think of the fiery rivalry between these two, as we've talked about, one that really put this company on the map.
Caleb Konley, the very first Paragon Pro Wrestling champion, battled time after time after time with Sorensen. It was Sorensen who eventually came out on top as the Paragon Pro Wrestling champion. Then it was Konley who took out the knee via Donovan of Jessy Sorensen. And it's just gone on and on from there, leading to this moment right here with the tag team titles on the line.
More continuity being displayed here by the champions. They've got Konley in the wrong part of town. Wide open shot there by Brisco. The professional surfer, wakeboarder, causing Konley to wipe out right now. Big shot to the midsection, and the champs are looking good as Brisco now goes to work, upstairs, downstairs, all points in between.
You know, you've talked about the fluidity and how well Brisco and Sorensen are working as a team, but you have to look at what has brought these teams together. Konley and Donovan, it's a financial agreement. There's a contract between the two of them. Whereas Brisco and Sorensen are together because they respect each other. Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And when you're already friends, that bond becomes even deeper. These are 2 men laser focused on the same thing, and that's taking Konley down and holding on to the tag team championships.
Now that armbar, you see referee Brian Hebner in there with the count. You can't win the match like this, but you can certainly soften up Konley. Going to be a lot tougher for him to hit that cradle shot now. Donovan looking to do the dirty work. Nothing new there. And it comes to fruition.
Donovan's doing his job, and I think that Brisco leaning that arm across the ropes just shows the desperation of the champs right there, having to cheat to try and get things going his direction. But paying the price as Donovan just dissects Brisco.
Excuse me, Jeff Aiken, you got 5 seconds to work with. Brisco broke the hold in time, and I again think that he softened him up, trying to take away one of those primary weapons. But talk about a primary weapon, you got to talk about Donovan, that atomic bomb wrapped in a human suit. Konley looking to make history here, only a count of 2. The pace has certainly changed. That pendulum of momentum has swung to the side of the challengers and former champs.
Donovan's doing his job. He hurt Brisco. Here to win matches, here to hurt people. Mission accomplished. Konley just needs to put the finishing touch on this, brings Donovan in to get it done and pin Brisco.
Brisco is on an island at this point as the challengers trying to divide and conquer and regain the gold. This mercenary, this hired gun, Donovan, in there now, and he's a guy that can turn out your lights. He can finish you. That is for sure.
What do you mean? Give me the script, Jared. On your phone, really? Okay. This is this is Christian Cole and Royce Isaacs of Paragon Pro Wrestling, and we are here to tell you, you don't have a satellite, no cable box, you're a little poor. It's fine, you have a smartphone, download the Fight app on iTunes or Google Play or from your mom's basement, wherever you do it, download the app. Let's see, watch Paragon every week on Fight TV. Just download the app at the Google Play. We did that part. Remember, Fight is spelled F-I-T-E. Fight like you mean it.
Put a $sign on that.
That's all he has to say.
That was a good line though, right?
You did good. It was like articulation was there.
Yeah.
Paragon Pro Wrestling. The most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand. With new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
You know, if Konley doesn't find himself as one half of the tag team champs, if he doesn't fit that championship gold around his waist, I think he might as well fit himself with a straitjacket, because I think he's going to be off his rocker if they don't get it done here tonight. Look at this cradle. Can he clasp the hands? Yes. Takes him over. Fishing for the win. Has him hooked. And that was close. My goodness.
Brisco could literally feel the gold slipping from his fingers. Konley, it doesn't get any closer than that.
But your thoughts on my statement there? I mean, where does Konley go from here if he can't get it done?
You know, we don't call him the obsession, Caleb Konley, because it sounds cool. He really is obsessed, and you're right, Todd. If he doesn't win these tag championships back, frankly, I'm concerned for the health of not just himself, but everyone around him.
Well, shoulders weren't down. Great officiating there by Brian Hebner.
Mistake by Donovan could cost him the tag team belts. That was precious time wasted, but Brisco, he's no worse for the wear. In bad shape, brings Konley in.
Now we're seeing the double teaming. Uh-oh, little miscue there. Fumble on the play. And recovering offensively now is Jessy Sorensen. He's got a history on the gridiron.
And Sorensen now absolutely holding court. Donovan in one corner, Konley in the other, and just controlling both competitors. He spent a long time on that ring apron, Todd Kennelly, and he is fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, he's Texas strong, that is for sure. Reversal attempt by Konley, now back the other way. Look at Sorensen move, but he had him dead to rights, locked in. Was Donovan, caught him as if to serve him up on a silver platter. History to be made. But again, only a count of two. Sorensen digging down deep.
Sorensen digging deep. Donovan doing his job, getting it done. Konley needs to cross the T and dot the I and get the 1, 2, 3.
They've got Sorensen in a heap of trouble, but the crowd certainly behind the champions. I mean, just the support through social media has been incredible. Ever since Sorensen and Brisco won the titles, it has been just a huge wave of momentum for them.
It really has. We saw the celebration, all the fans spilling up to the ring apron, celebrating with Sorensen and Brisco when they won. But yeah, our social media was absolutely was buzzing on, at Paragon PW on Twitter, on Instagram, Paragon Pro Wrestling on Facebook. And there, Donovan goes for the cover, hooks the leg, foot on the rope, referee out of position.
Well, the referee was trying to attend to Brisco, who was trying to come into the ring. So again, just a case of bad break here for the former champions. Where again, and you can see the look on the face of Donovan. And do you think that Donovan feels after Konley said, you better hold up your end of the bargain, do you think Donovan feels like the weight of the world's on his shoulders here? Not that he couldn't shoulder it.
I think that right now he has the feeling of the entire globe on his back, as if he were Atlas. And Konley has got to hope that Atlas doesn't shrug.
But Mercenary from the outside with another vicious shot, doing his part, doing the dirty work from the outside. Konley again looking to pick up the pieces, but not enough. Sorensen has got to desperately find a way to create some distance and make a tag.
Well, that's going to be difficult to do right now. Leg scissors wrapped around the midsection of Jessy Sorensen, cutting off the airflow, making every breath a painstaking attempt for Jessy Sorensen, making it so difficult to get that much-needed oxygen.
Into the cover now, out of the scissors. Beautifully done there by Konley. Not one of the most decorated men in the history of this company for nothing. You see the crowd response here, urging on Sorensen, and that's got to get under the skin of Konley, who for a long time really considered himself the poster boy of Paragon.
And you can argue that he was the poster boy of Paragon Pro Wrestling for some time and has been fighting back to gain that status once again. And now Sorensen reaching, begging for Wes Brisco, and Konley taking him out of the equation.
Heads up move there by Konley, and now the enforcer of this team, that hired gun, that muscle behind the hustle here comes in, and Brisco a sense of urgency here. He knows they're in trouble.
You say urgency, I say desperation. We saw him cheat using the ropes and the armbar earlier. Now coming in to interfere. Wes Brisco is scared to lose the tag team titles, and frankly, Todd Kennelly, he should be with that beast Donovan in the ring right now.
Donovan holding on to a big T-bone suplex, but he's looking for the main course. If they can get the win and regain the gold, could this do it? Lifeless is Sorensen here, but still finds a way, but not a lot of authority on that kick out.
Donovan takes his job very seriously. To him, the titles are simply a side effect of him doing his job of hurting people and winning matches. I tell you what, Todd Kennelly, he has hurt both Wes Brisco and Jessy Sorensen in this matchup.
Side Russian leg sweep there by Konley, quickly into the cover, looking to make history. Yeah, well, for Donovan, no honor amongst thieves. It's all fair in love and war is Konley now grapevine the leg here of Sorensen, but if you hold the gold, those envelopes, those payoffs for Donovan, a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer, and sure it's motivated him a little bit. Really heads-up move here by Caleb Konley, putting pressure on the small of the back, but also that added pressure on the already injured knee of Jessy Sorensen. You can see it bent back with the other foot in there, adding that little bit of pressure in there. That's not gonna be what puts Sorensen away, the knee pressure there, but it's gonna add up.
2-on-1 wrist control here by Sorensen, trying to do something to break the hold, but you're right, he was in double jeopardy. And that knee heavily braced. It might as well have a bullseye on it.
Well, I think it did have a bullseye, and Konley nailed it a couple months ago.
Nice throw there, desperation by Sorensen. Was that all he had left in the gas tank? Because after that, that needle was on empty.
He's got a long way to go to Wes Brisco.
Crowd here on their feet. They want to see Sorensen make that tag. Brisco is fresh. You see the look on, oh my goodness, what in the world?
What's going on? Brisco gets tagged in, Donovan off the apron.
Man, I guess things getting bad for business for Donovan. Konley trying to stay in this thing. Breaker there by Brisco, one half of the tag champs in control. Donovan looks like he is walking off here, just that gaze staring. There's Brisco bomb, but this is a big time bombshell in more ways than one. Oh, Konley finds a way to kick out. What's keeping him alive?
That drive, that obsession in Konley, but there, look at Donovan just staring daggers into Caleb Konley.
This business partnership has seemingly gone south, but will they go bankrupt? Will they go bankrupt here tonight in our main event? The match continues. Konley thinking cradle shock will be shocking for certain if he can hit it and win this. Wheelbarrow. Oh my gosh, look at this double team maneuver.
Didn't catch it. Sorensen did tag in. He's the legal man.
Jessy Sorensen!
Things go from bad to worse for Caleb Konley. Well, we expected and hoped there would be some closure in this thing, but this is not at all what we expected. The former champions just, I guess they're going to dissolve their assets here tonight, Jeff Aiken.
We'll see that look on the face of Donovan. Said it all, yet said nothing at the same time. Cold, calculated. You can feel the tension between Donovan and Konley. take, waiting to explode? Find out.
Well, the party's going to explode here at Paragon Pro Wrestling. The champs retain. That's the story right now. This one's got to feel good for Sorensen and Brisco. My goodness, Donovan. Guess you can't buy loyalty. His patience only goes so far, and that's came in with Konley. He's not good for business any longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, right there is the face of obsession.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand. With new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device. Stream it to your TV or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Paragon Pro Wrestling. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Don't miss out. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.